What's going on, guys, and welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I'm going to take you through a traveling setup that I use currently for all of my barbering trips. I've been traveling since 2016, whether that's domestic or international. It really does change the way you pack. As much as I'd like to bring all of my tools that I want to use, something that I've learned about traveling so much is you want to simplify and be as efficient as possible. Now, with time, everything evolves. You have different cases, you have different backpacks. I just recently came back from a trip in Romania and Kazakhstan, and I have to say there's some things about that packing trip that I can improve on this next one, heading out to Paraguay. When you're carrying 1 or 2 bags, it does make a huge difference when you're on the road, and only until you do it so often, you're gonna realize, wow, I need to find a way to really simplify this setup so it's easy to open up and break down, because as you're traveling and you're doing shows, there's a lot of areas where you have to quickly get off for the next segment to start. So finding those type of shortcuts is going to be really important in your packing. So this is what I use on my Kazakhstan and Romania trip. This is the case that I brought. It's great for a one setup, but you would also need an additional bag if you are bringing your own products, a blow dryer, capes, and all those extra accessories. You can only fit so much in here, but this is definitely one of the biggest travel cases I've had. It works really great if you are just doing a house call or something more on that simpler side, but it's got a great pocket in here. You have this netting area where you can put all your combs. I put my shears in here as well, all of my clips and my cape clip right there. And then on the other side here, there is these little pockets, and I usually use these for something else rather than tools, but you have this pocket here, which is where I put my blades. And then you have a one setup here in the main pocket, which could be for your clipper, your trimmer, your foil shaver, and then maybe your guards can sit in this area. So like, the reason why this doesn't work by itself is because I need my statement products, I need my different combs, I need a water bottle, sometimes disinfectant spray if I'm not traveling too far. So I need that extra bag that is allowing me to hold all my stuff. So it was kind of annoying on my last trip because I was holding both of these things. So in today's video, I'm thinking of going back to my roots and using an old backpack that I used to use, but with a couple new upgrades that make it easier to travel. So now I'm gonna share with you the tools that I'm gonna bring with me. And I believe that this set is going to be the easiest travel set that currently exists, and I'll explain why. All right, so it looks a little crazy right now, but this is pretty much what we're taking with us. So first and foremost, some of the best tools to use for travel is the new FXONE system, solely because it all runs on these batteries. So these are the new FXONE system. If you follow me on Instagram or Babelist page, then you probably have seen what these tools are, but pretty much it's simplifying your setup because this tool pretty much goes in here. Now clippers I use the most of, so this is where it runs out of the most power, but when I switch over to a trimmer, this is not something I use heavily throughout the cut. It's mainly just for removing bulk and doing my edge ups. So this battery will drain a lot faster. So in that case, and that happened while I'm on the road, it would be so easy to pull the battery out of the trimmer if I need that extra juice and put it right back into the clipper for that extra power. But all in all, what happens is when I don't have a clipper that has battery operated, which is what we've used for so long in the past. So this actually happened to me is I remember bringing the FX3, and to be efficient, I was trying to charge this ahead of time, charging the clippers, charging the trims from home. So when I pack into my bag, it's ready to go for my class. I literally show up to the class, I do my intro, and the worst thing that could happen happened, and my FX3 was completely drained. I had no idea that this actually turned on in my suitcase. So by the time I started my class, and trying to highlight a tool like this, I had no power left in this. The only thing I could do at this point, obviously, is to plug in the cord, but I really hate working with clippers and trimmers while it's being connected to a cord because I feel like I can't walk open and freely, especially when I'm on stage. So having something like this, where you're running on battery, allows you to keep this separate from your tools. It would prevent the tools from turning on by accident and draining the power completely. Kazakhstan and Romania trip, I brought 7 of these batteries and 5 clipper bodies, including the foil shaver, and it literally lasted me throughout both countries without a charging dock. Having these battery operated tools are definitely a game changer, and I highly recommend it for anyone that does house calls or anything like that would really like it, especially because they've improved it by putting it into the LoPro body. If this is something you prefer, it has a great ergonomic, it's super comfortable. Or if you prefer something like this is the Gold FX. You have more of the knurled barbell grip here that makes it really easy to rotate. Depending on which one you like more, you got these two options to choose from, which is really nice. So for this trip, I'm probably gonna do it again where I'm bringing 7 of these batteries, no charging docks, and charging them from home. I am 100% confident this is going to last me my entire trip, no matter how many cuts I do. I'll be bringing the Gold FX, FX1, the Gold FX trimmer, the LoPro clipper, the LoPro trimmer, and as far as guards go, I've really only used 4, and that's going to be my 0.5, my 1, 1.5, and my 2 guard. Those other bigger guards I'm not gonna necessarily need because anything beyond a 2 I would cut with shears. So I don't necessarily need those other guards. Also, as a note, these are the premium guards. I definitely prefer and recommend this over the standard guards. They're not flimsy. I feel like they're really sturdy and strong. I prefer this one. So if you need a recommendation, definitely get this set. These are gonna be more of your universal fit, so they fit most of the Babeless clippers, minus the FX3. Definitely need a duster. There's so many times I have forgotten this and it's just a mess when you can't clean the hair off your clients. Must have this. You gotta bring your hair clips. Definitely one of my favorite carbon combs, clipper combs. I use this for everything. I've been using it for at least the last 7 years. It's the only one I do like, so definitely highly recommend. And these are the standard combs I like to use. Nothing crazy about these. This is an underrated tool. This is something I feel like a lot of people overlook, but it's so necessary. And I use this a lot when I was working in a high traffic barbershop because you realize that not every cape fits every single neck the same. Sometimes you have clients that have super small necks and the cape doesn't fully wrap around them, and I hate when there's gaps and hair falls into their shirt. So having this cape clip is something I always keep with me. No matter what, this is always gonna make sure the cape fits around every single person. Now when it comes to my shears, these are the 4 that I'll be bringing on my trip. The requirements for shears when you're traveling as a carry-on is you need this part to be less than 4 inches. I've heard a lot of crazy stories where people are dealing with someone that's kind of rude at the TSA security line. So I don't take any chances and I check everything in just to make it a lot easier. So I don't have to worry about the length of the shears. Texturizing shears, this one has more teeth, one that has less teeth. I use them for different purposes when I'm doing my blends. And then also a feather razor just in case. And I bring a couple blades with this as well. Especially when it comes to shears, you definitely want to carry them in a nice case that keeps them from opening up because they can get ruined very easily if they even cut a comb or anything like that. You can really ruin the blade and create a ridge that allows it not to cut. So definitely protect your shears and your texturizers. And a lot of people don't know this, but each of these are very expensive. They're probably at least minimum $800 and above. 2 combs that I like to bring, this Denman brush and this round brush. So now when it comes to blades, I recently just picked this one up. This is a Jatai razor, and I like this because you squeeze this and it pretty much opens up that center, allowing the blade to sit in, so then it has like a tension that holds it. But what's also cool about this is that it comes with its own blade system. They are thick, so higher quality, and here you can see from the inside how many blades I got left. These are the highest quality blades I use. As you can tell, it only comes with 20. So for travel, it's perfect because on the back side right here, you have a blade disposal, which is nice because I hate leaving blades out or throwing them in a trash can when I'm traveling. You have to have a fade brush. This is so necessary when you're blending. Pretty much like a nail brush, but softer bristles for barbering. And then for that feather razor that I was talking about earlier with the gold single handle, I definitely bring some extra blades as well in this one. So this is kind of what it looks like on the inside, and you load each blade through this process right here. So then I just bring this pack with me to change in between. This is the foil shaver that I'll be bringing with me on the trip. This is the UV single foil shaver. It's super small and compact. I love this one. It's got a strong 10,000 RPM, and I love this for traveling because it's lightweight. You get that nice UV that disinfects your cutting foils which is awesome as you use them in between customers. Super great, comfortable, a little bit heavier than your FX3, but I love it. I think it feels a little bit sturdier in the hand. So definitely a great option to bring as you travel. Okay, so that is all the main cutting tools that I'll be bringing with me. And as far as product goes, these are a couple things that I like to always bring with me. Wax powder, definitely gotta bring this. Spray powder, I think curl cream is definite, especially now with people wearing their normal texture, wavy and curly. This has been a really great product that just entered the market. I'll also be bringing with me definition spray. This is a base that I use now on a lot of my hairstyles. It's just good for manageability. This one is a really great base just in general because it gives people a little bit of grip and structure to any natural texture that they already have. It's just a great base to use on top of everything else that you can layer. I always bring dry clay. Since we are going to Latin America, I feel like they will love our new gel. This is a new one that just came out. Satin finish, still has your firm hold for all day wear, but the cool thing with our gel is that it does not flake, so you can brush through it. I always have struggles choosing between matte and shine paste from Julius's collection, but since we have a lot of dry products already, I think I'm gonna go with the shine paste. Now the good thing about those 3 products is that we also have travel sizes. Obviously I don't need a full jar when I'm traveling, but I need just enough for a few applications, so you can look at the size difference there. They're super cute, a lot of people love them. And you get a good few uses out of them. We only have it in those 3 styling products and the all-in-one cleanser, which I can use for a traveling body wash or as a hand wash. Smells really great. Definitely a must-have in your hotel room. Okay, so I would say that is pretty much all the tools that I'm bringing, and I'm gonna try my best to pretty much fit it into this babeless backpack. I could load this travel case and put it inside the backpack, but then it gets too wide, so we're gonna simplify it just a little bit more. I'm not gonna actually bring this with me. I'm gonna actually use something else that's a little bit smaller and not as thick as this. Okay, so maybe you've seen this and maybe not, but these are the new, they call them clipper koozies, and they fit a clipper and a trimmer inside of it. So bigger than usual. When we first came out with these, they were a lot smaller. You could only fit 1 tool, but this one is going to allow you to fit 2. It has this magnetic pocket, and if you open this up, there is a divider inside, which you can separate your clippers and your trimmers. So I'm gonna do clipper on one side, and I kind of stagger them. So I do clipper facing down, trimmer facing up. You can kind of see the bottom of that one and the top of the trimmer, and then literally just like that, this magnetic pouch closes it up. And that is super cool to have because you have 2 sets, and this little bag alone, you can squeeze this into any area, any pocket, without worrying about it. Like even if you don't have a bag, unless you say you want to just bring this easily you can toss this into your bag next to your clothes or anything like that. So there goes one. We'll set this aside for now. Now we're gonna pack the other one. And any tool that I'm talking about in this video, I'll put into the description how you can find it to make it easier for you guys as well. So now when it comes to batteries, this is something to make a note of. Most lithium batteries like this, like your batteries for your cameras, any of those type of items, you cannot check into your luggage. You actually have to take them as a carry-on. That is because if there is a fire that starts to happen, it's easier to go after it when it's inside the cabin with you versus underneath the plane. So you will get flagged if you have lithium batteries. I put these into a Ziploc, all 7 of them, and then I will zip them up and put it inside my backpack. This is a babeless backpack that we got a few years back. Koozie number 1, koozie number 2 makes it super easy and simple. I have my 4 guards that I can put into this pocket here. It's literally perfect because I don't use all 8 guards, but just the main 4, so I have just enough pockets just for those things. Probably use this for my razor. 2 water bottles going in there. These are my travel size, they can just go in there. Curl cream, definition spray, wax powder, and spray powder, brush. Now clips and combs, I can move to this front pocket here. You have another bag, like a net bag, so you can put all of that in there. My combs, all my clips I can attach to these little individual pockets here. So these are definitely smaller. You have 2 bigger pockets since these don't fit. Actually, let me scoop this over this side actually instead. So we'll move the clips here to the smaller pocket. Squeeze that one in there, and this one is pretty much protected, so we'll just throw this into the bottom. And like I said, we literally cannot forget this cape clip. And you have more pockets right here in the front, so I can just throw that in here. Another area that's good, that this one I like for, is I can put neck strips. So I'm gonna just stack a few. So I just grab a handful of these. Sometimes when you go to different countries, not everybody uses it. I personally love them because it just keeps things a little cleaner, to be honest. Because I'm traveling for Babeless, they usually have blow dryers in each country that I visit, so I don't have to bring a blow dryer because our voltage won't work in other places. You don't want your blow dryers to explode, so usually they have something that you could use. My UV foil shaver sits right here up top by itself. And then another thing too that I probably will do when I get home, just in case, is any of the styling products like this gel or the curl cream that could potentially ooze, then I'll put like these two in a Ziploc and put it right back into this bag, just in case. This is gonna fit perfectly into the suitcase without it bulging. Nice back here too, because you have another pocket where you can put like a mirror or any capes that are separate. So those are my current tips for packing for an international flight or domestic flight. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Again, if you have any questions about the products that were in my bag, I'll list them below in the description. If you guys enjoyed this video, please let me know in the comments what you guys are thinking. Is there any tools you'd like to try or want to check out? Let me know. And other than that, heading out to Paraguay tonight at 1 a.m. So at least the hard part is over. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one.